Is that Jeff in there? Go ahead.
No, W-A-G-E-G. I just heard you guys and thought I'd say good evening, good afternoon, or whatever day it is.
Hello, Harold.
What's the call?
Yeah, John, call. I think you're K3CMC, W8 George, Edward George. We're just over here in Ohio goofing off, and I heard John on there, and I thought I'd let him hear my new antenna and see what he thinks. We're still working with it.
Well, I missed your name. Anyway, name is Joe, and I'm 25 miles outside the city of Philadelphia, and you're 5'9" plus here.
What's your call, Joe? I'm sorry.
Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie, November Charlie, KA3CNC. No, it is not a vanity call. I was not a machinist. A lot of people do ask me that question. Go ahead.
Indeed, Joe. You sound great here about 1520 over 9. We're just right now running about 143 watts. And Joe, I just wanted to, John, I just like to have you give me an idea. Put up a new big IR stepper the other day, and we're just now getting to the point of working with it. How's it sound, John?
It's fine. It's between 5 and 10 decibels over S9. Very consistent, and the QSB is minimal. Over.
Okay, we just got it, and I'll tell you, it was a real chore getting it up, but it's a lot of, it's an automatic antenna, which makes it nice. I got to work with that part of it right now. That's my next step. But step for stepper max IR4. Oh boy, I'm getting sick here. But no, it's we had to get rid of the other antenna. We had a 6-speed TV because it just wouldn't tune all the time the way I want it. And this one here, I still have to get over get the automatic tuning thing going. Then I'm gonna put the amplifier back up. I wanted to do one thing at a time. And they make IR stepper made a good antenna. I waited about 4 weeks, was it, I guess, now to get the first package. Sent in here, no problem, got it all unpacked. And they didn't have a 1-inch male control power plug for the controller at the top, at the antenna. And they didn't have any in stock, and it took them 3 weeks to get one in from Japan or someplace. But
no. That kind of sucks, Should have been in there. So you had a delay, but now things are progressing, I guess, Harold, huh?
Yeah, they're progressing. I've got it up, but I still got to get the controller to do what I want and get the SWR to come down. But that takes time, if you know what I mean. You're not going to get everything exactly the way you want it, but my part of this thing is just making it work. And Joe, by the way, you're 10 over 9, and John, of course, he's always higher power. You know how that goes. And we're just sitting here with the Icom 7850 REM 1 at 153 watts, and seems to be working good.
Kb2uka.
The 2UKA. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Name here is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf, Long Island, New York. The gentleman who just told me to go ahead, just booming in here, 20 over. Beautiful, beautiful audio. And I just want to jump in here. Gentleman with the big IR, sounding good into Long Island. 5'8", sometimes 5'9". It's doing a good job for you. Over?
Well, thank you, Doug. We just got so much to do with it, and the only thing negative I can say about the company, they make great parts and super classy stuff, but their manuals leave a lot to be desired, Doug. Just sounded good to you about 10 over 9.
Yeah. What's funny, I ran a big IR. I'm from New York. We lived in Connecticut for about 5 years. And I had a big IR, and man, it was great. I'm on a vertical now. I'm on a 43-foot ground-mounted vertical with 125 ground radials. They're 65 feet in length, and I've got a legal limit remote tuner at the feed point. And I didn't transmit for 7 years, and I put this thing up about 1.5 years ago. And man, oh man, I wish I would have went with a big IR again. I also have a urban beam sitting in the garage, I know what you're saying about the instructions. It was one of the most tedious assemblies I've ever done. Over.
Check.
I know what you mean. We have 120 radios on the ground here. 111, I should say. And it was a problem because one place it says, do not ground the ground plate, the radio plate, to the controller. And then another place it says grounded. So we just got to make this thing work, and it seems to be working pretty good right now. So I want to say, John, what have you been up to, my friend? W-A-G-E-G.
Oh, making antennas, and this is K2YN. And hello, Doug. Hello, Doug. We got Harold and Joe here and Jeff. So quite a collection of ham radio operators. So I'm just looking up the vertical right now, actually. The small IR is what came up. I want the big one. And we'll just blank that out and put in big. And big IR Mark IV vertical antenna, 40 through 6. What's that? That's not it.
I think that's it.
Cover 80 through 60 band. Power limit. Oh, that's not bad. So how? Let's see, Harold. Does that vertical system? I know it's pricey with all the mechanisms. Is that like more than 1,500?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's over $2,000.
Yeah, when you get the, I didn't bid the 80 meter coil for it. Just went 40 through 10. By the time you get that and some of the other assorted goodies, you're right up there with that area. The thing I needed, though, is John, something that would tune from 40 meters to 10 meters and 6 automatically, because we just ordered up ACOM 2000A auto tuner, so auto amplifier, so that should make life a little easier. Getting older and don't like fiddling with all the goofy pieces and parts and what have you, but
yeah, I understand. Automating. A lot of people are doing that too. But no, I'm still manual here. big tuners and big amps and tiny transceivers. I have that anon. Hey, Doug, I don't know if we've worked before. What's your prefix? I have 2 United Kilo Alpha.
Hey, John, you're the reason I stopped here, because your voice sounded so familiar. And now it's all coming together with the Anon. The call is Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Kilowatt Alpha. And I believe we've got one in the books before this one. Looks like, wow. I've got what do I have here? I've got November 6th. That couldn't have been the first time. I think we've spoken more than that. Maybe I just didn't log it. You're sounding great here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm running the Sunsdr2DX. And I'm recording this right now. I'll send it to you guys when we're done. You got video and everything. Clean as a whistle on the waterfall. I don't know if you have adaptive pre-distortion on or not. I'm doing about little over 1,200 into the vertical. And all my audio is processed in Logic Pro. So I'm not processing it in the SDR software. I'm processing it in a digital audio workstation on the iMac. And then I'm pumping it over. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, very good. Wonderful sound. I like it. Good balance, clarity, all that fun stuff. And I'm not using anything in the Anon. And they've got a continuous frequency compressor and a phase rotator and all kinds of fun things to play with. But I had some equipment. Here, external hardware that I'm very comfortable with, and I decided to use that instead. And I'm just backing that off a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I have some AFX equipment and a really nice 24-channel parametric equalizer. The It's a Behringer. It's one of their best pieces. The DSP, let me see, is that the 1124p? The 1124p, yes. And we got a Apex 104 and a Dominator 2 and a 240 Apex gate compressor system. So we've got some external stuff. So you went virtual and I went hardware. Go ahead.
Oh man, it's been about a little over a year of this audio rabbit hole. You're sounding great. I had a 7-component rack, parametric EQ to an Aphex 204, compressor, limiter, gate, virtualizer, all that stuff. Then I got rid of the rack and I ended up with a Behringer X-Air 18, which is the rack in a box. So you're probably familiar with it. It's a mixer that you have to control with software, and it's got embedded effects in it that you can play around with. And then I said, you know what? Let's just go all virtual. So the Tech Zone Stellar X2 condenser mic runs into a Focusrite USB audio interface, and then into Logic Pro. So this is my 3.3 transmit bandwidth, kind of just like regular ESSB profile. This isn't the Voodoo or any of that. But I'm running into a parametric, then into an actual branded Aphex vintage exciter plugin. Then I go to another exciter that just excites one specific frequency. Right now, I think it's 1400 hertz. Then a little bit of compression, very, very little, with a brick wall limiter at 0 dB. Noise gate, it's a loud room, it's a hot room. And just a touch of reverb. And it got so crazy that I was doing this on the PC. And it was a powerful PC, but Windows just kept hijacking the audio drivers. And everything would sound good like it does now, and a second later I'd sound like I was underwater, or I would sound like there was RFI on the signal, which there isn't. And I ended up switching to the iMac, and I was real nervous about that. But let me tell you, it's just been absolutely turnkey, zero issue. I load up Logic Pro, I turn the radio on, and everything just works. Silver?
Yeah, that's the way you want it. That's good. Kind of got the same deal here. I just flip on a few switches and go. But I was making some adjustments over the past week. I was trying a new approach to the EQing scheme that I was using. And I think it's a little better. You know what's funny is that we have much the same rack when you had the rack. So Digitech TSR24 reverb, which is a dedicated reverb, it's got 22 variables you work with to get the reverb the way you want it. And the 104 Aphex C2, C2, which has big bottom and oral exciter. The Dominator 2 is the precision multiband peak limiter. Composer is the compressor, and the Aphex 240 for the gate and Easy Rider compressor. Wow, man, I lose track, man. I've added these one at a time. Anyway, let's get around the loop. Kd2WFW, you in there, Jeff? This is K2YN.
Look at that signal on 170.
CNC, you in there, Joe?
Yeah, I'm still here there, John. I'd like to say hello to Doug, Kb2. It's a Uniform Kilo Alpha. This is Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie, November Charlie. And the name is Joe, and I'm 25 miles outside the city of Philadelphia there. Go ahead.
Okay, I think that was Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie, November Charlie. Let's see. I think I already... when I was listening, I think yep, Joe, I got you right there. Also, John, I just matched your transmit bandwidth, and this is the Voodoo profile. So this, what I left out was the Aphex plugin does not have a big bottom, so I have to run a separate plugin to get the the bass harmonics in there. So this is when no one's around. This is the transmit profile. Joe, you're sounding great into Long Island. You're 5/9. Audio sounds wonderful. How are you copying me?
Oh, you're about 10 over here. I'm running about 500 watts, ground mounted, 40 meter vertical. And as far as radials, I have about, I think, 22 radials on it. So they're not, I do what I can do here. I live in a townhouse. So, and I'm running the Icon 7300. Yeah, I looked up in your QRZ page. You're in Kings Park. I'll be heading up to Long Island the day after Christmas. We're going to Babylon. My XYL has two sisters, one in Babylon and one in East Northport, Roger.
Oh, okay. Well, East Northport's a stone throw away. It's about 2 minutes down the road from me. And when I was little, when I was born in Huntington, but I lived in Deer Park, which is part of the town of Babylon. So yeah, you'll be right here while I recover from Christmas morning. We have 8 and 7-year-olds, so it's what the heck am I saying? I'm up at 5 a.m. anyway, but probably that day I'll be up at 4:15. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that happens when Santa Claus comes, I guess, there, Doug. So anyway, but yeah, you have a great sounding signal here. And yeah, well, my XYL, well, she also has a twin sister that lives about 5 miles from here. But my XYL grew up in West Islip, Roger.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I had my daughter take singing lessons that I head that direction every Saturday morning. Yeah, so a lot of connections there, Joe. It's a small world, an absolutely small world. I'm trying to get the heck out of here. I think who was it? I think it might have been you, John. Let me go back here real quick. We have been looking at, why is this not working? Display. There we go. I've been looking at Simpsonville. I've been looking at Greer. I think I'm saying it right. It's Greer. We're looking in that whole area to get out of Dodge.
Oh, you'll love it here. I mean, the weather's phenomenal, too. With the Blue Ridge Mountains being north of us just a little bit. There are lots of predictions of storms coming up from the southwest sometimes, or some of them come straight up through Alabama from the Gulf of Mexico. And the currents that go along the mountains seem to blow these storms either northeast of us or directly north or northwestish. But I've been here 5.5 years and the weather's been phenomenal. We've had snow 3 times. It happens about once a year. It's about an inch and it's gone in 3 hours. You know, comes in the morning and then melts by lunchtime. But today is 70 degrees. But the beauty of living in this area is that it's cooler and lower humidity here than if you were at the shoreline. Over?
Yeah, that's what I've been reading. But Joe will tell you. I'm assuming, Joe, you have similar weather to what we're having here. It's been 60 degrees all week. For the middle of December, it's just out of control. Very weird, well, it's not winter yet, but almost. Very weird early winter. Yeah, you know, I own a financial advisory business about 15 minutes from here, and I have a business partner. We got about 10 guys that work in that office, and I want to get out, man. And we can open another office anywhere, and you know, being close to Greenville, that's probably where I'd put it. But we're really considering. New York is just getting out of control. I'm not even talking about the taxes. What did I hear? Yeah, I'm on a 1/4 acre, and it's about 12. And Kings Park is relatively low compared to the rest of the island tax-wise. But we were going to move a couple of miles down the road so I could get an acre and put up 80-meter delta loops. And I looked at her and I said, we got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Down here I have 3 times the acreage, a stream along the back boundary of the property, and relatively new house, very good construction. And it's $2,000 a year taxes.
That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I don't even have to hide that in my mortgage payment. Oh man. Yeah, it's the kids are young. They're in 3rd and 2nd grade. So if we're going to do it, we got to do it in the next year. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Joe. Are you having similar weather?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how long you were listening there, Doug, but I told John, Jeff, and whoever else was listening that I also fly radio control models and stuff, too, so I was able to go out the field there a couple of days and get some flying in because it wasn't that cold. I don't like being cold. Anytime the XYL and I go on vacation, we head down to the islands. Go ahead.
Oh, St. Martin is our spot. God, we used to go. We haven't been there since this whole friggin' virus broke out. Just because I don't want to leave the country, not because I'm worried about the virus. But yeah, we love the Caribbean. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, my wife is a diver, and I became friends with a guy through ham radio, actually, and I told John this with a guy in St. Croix. So every time we go down to the islands, we go down, and he says, why don't you stay with me? And he's got a big house and a section of, like you go downstairs in the hill, and he's got like another little, like an apartment type thing there. So we stay there, and we just all have a great time together, and he's got a great contest type station, and he goes to bed early, and he says, go in and use the station. And I told John, boy, I feel like a king sitting in that chair. He's got multiple towers, beams, wires, beverages, I mean, you name it, and he's 300 feet above the Caribbean, and what a view that is, Roger.
Oh, wow. You've got the best of both worlds there with the diving and the radio and the weather. That's gorgeous, Joe. Joe, you also have a very clean signal. What do you run? What transceiver are you running?
I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's an ICOM 7300. Go ahead.
Well, that's why it's clean. It's a great radio. I had one. I wish I never sold it. It's clean as a whistle. It's like a hot knife through butter. It's looking really good.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's SM30 microphone is what I'm using as well. So, yeah, a lot of guys usually tell me that the audio is good, and well, it's I was using my dad's old equipment before I got this thing, and that was an old ICOM 735. And he had that for a while, and Dad passed away in 2013, unfortunately, at the age of 86. But I put that radio on the air, and I was going to sell it, and you know what? I held on to it, and that's actually the reason I got back into the ham radio hobby. I was out of it for a while and made a few contacts, and bingo, the bug hit again, and back full steam. You know how it is. You buy a radio, now I got a couple of amplifiers, automatic tuner. You know the deal, Roger.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, my daughter's 8, my son is 7. I didn't transmit for about 7 or 8 years. And I started again in July of 2020. And within a year and a half, I think I've spent more money in this hobby than I did since I was 13, and even my parents' money. It's just I'm addicted to it again. I transmit every day. It's just really, really great. Joe, do you know? I think John, you know him. I think that might. Do you know Steve K1GMM in Vermont? He does a YouTube page.
John, I think said he had I think that was John said he had a phone call. He'd be right back. I don't. That call does not ring a bell with me.
Okay, so jot down his call, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, and put that in YouTube. You could also put my call in YouTube. I run a pretty big YouTube page. I'm not live streaming right now. I am recording this, though. Put K1GMM into YouTube and look at the work he's done with his 7300. He also runs an Anon. But look at the work he's done with his 7300 he got himself a relatively inexpensive SDR dongle, and he uses SDR2DX for the SDR software, and he turns his 7300 into a full SDR. And man, the front end on the SDR dongle combined with the 7300, it's almost like you're running the rig that John's running or I'm running. It's real. That's why I'm saying I wish I didn't get rid of it. And then he takes it one step further, and the way I'm running my audio virtually in a virtual studio rack in a DAW, a digital audio workstation, he shows you how to pump that audio into the 7300 as well. Very interesting stuff. I think you'll like it.
India X-ray.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that info there, Doug. I'll definitely have to check that out when I get a chance. So anyway, I think there was another station in there. Go ahead.
Alpha 3, India X-ray. You guys copy?
Yeah, Alpha 3, India X-ray. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All right, name is Carl. I'm in Bethlehem Township. I just tooling around the bench, and I come across you guys talking. I thought for sure you guys were AM or FM because it is crystal clear. It's, whatever you're doing, it's just wonderful. I just have to sit back and listen to you guys chat. Like, hopefully my audio can be close to that.
Well, I understand everything you're saying, and your audio is fine with me. What's your QTH and your name?
My name is Carl, Charlie Alpha, Romeo Lima, and I'm in Bethlehem Township, PA. A little bit between Easton and Allentown.
Oh, my goodness, no Allentown. Well, used to go up there like every other weekend. Had a lot of relatives in Allentown, Pennsylvania. My mother grew up there. Unfortunately, my mother's gone, and all the relatives are gone as well. Roger?
Oh, yes, I got it. Yep, I still commute to Allentown. I work at St. Luke's Hospital. And so we moved to a little bit further east now. Didn't really make much of a difference. The other house had no place for antennas, and now I have an end set up, which works very well here. I wish I could get it up higher, but you know how that is. It's just wonderful to hear you guys talk. You have special stuff for your microphone?
No, negative. It's just a 7300 with an SM30 desk mic. That's all it is. So, yeah, say hi to Doug there in Long Island, New York. Go ahead.
Hey, Carl. This is Doug. Call sign is Kilowatt Bravo 2, Uniform Kilowatt America. I'm 50 miles east of Manhattan. I'm right on top of the Long Island Sound, about a half a mile. You're sounding good here, brother. About 5'7", 5'8". How are you copying me? Over?
Oh, very good. It's that FM or that AM station sound that you have. I got your call. Kilo Bravo 2, Victor Kilo Alpha. I missed the name.
Sure. The name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf. And I am running a load of audio stuff, a load of audio.
So I heard you say that some kind of audio desk setup. That's fine. I'm using a hand mic right now because I figured if you guys can do this very well, you should be able to hear me before I put my Heil headset on. That's great. Wow. The band this afternoon, I worked from home today. It was early in the morning and everything was fine, and all of a sudden, nothing. Everything went away. And then it came back. It came back with a vengeance. You guys are really booming in. Hey, thanks.
Was there a braking station?
Yeah, WAGAG. Can I just ask you a real quick question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
We're running at Heil 781, but I hope the audio is all right. When you were putting your stepper together, I took a DX Engineering tilt base and mounted it to that, and it seems to work good. Did you ground your radio field to the bottom of the controller?
Oh gosh, this would have been in 2011. I don't know. I know I definitely ground. So similar to what I'm doing now with this vertical, I always throw a ground rod in the ground, and I ground the radial plate to an 8-foot ground rod. But I don't remember. I'm sorry.
No problem. problem. I got a ground rod out there too because we used to run that 6BTV, which is an okay antenna, but it's garbage. It takes too long to set it up exactly what you want. And I got to work on this thing because right now the best SWR I'm getting is at 7289. And I got to do the tuning on the thing yet, but you guys sound good here, and I hope I'm doing okay out there, Doug, with my 150.
Yeah, you actually came up from earlier. You're solid 5'9" now.
Okay, later on today, after my wife and I decide to go shopping, I'm going to fire up the OM 2000 Plus, and that might make a bit of difference. But like everything else, I'm trying to figure out how to set the tuning on the controller, but that'll take a little bit of time. So I'm going to let you guys go because we got to run. John's, I think, out there on the phone, and I heard Carl, he's out there goofing off, and Joe is goofing off, and I'm just going to go out and goof off also. So, man, I want to say 73 to all you guys. Thank you very much. Have a good Christmas and a safe New Year. W-A-G-E-G's clear. Bye-bye.
Okay, Harold, before you run.
Go.
Yeah, well, you might already know this, but did you ever check out YouTube? And, there's a lot of videos on there from guys assembling antennas, and, you possibly can get some tips for what you're looking for.
Yeah, I've looked at about every one of them that's up there. The only thing I can't... I've talked to the guys out at IR Stepper quite a lot, Jeff and those guys, and they just, I don't know, I guess they're generalization people are not exact. As soon as I get the chance of fooling with this, I'm going to, I want to get the tuning down because right now for the best SWR I'm going to be at 2890. So, and we're at 185. A quick question, Doug, does the audio sound all right?
Audio sounds great. I wish you were a little bit stronger. It's weird. You're like a 5'9", and sometimes you're a 4'9". But it's the band. It's not you. But it's clean. It looks well balanced. It's got the Bart Simpson haircut going here, which I like to see. It looks good.
Hey, Frank, are you?
Hey, Doug?
Yeah, go ahead. Someone just say, hey, Doug?
Yeah, Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar Alpha Zulu, John, in outside of Pittsburgh. How you copy?
Oh, John, 5 and 9. Very loud, sounding great.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to see if you could hear me or not. I didn't see you online, but I guess you're not streaming.
I'm not streaming, but I'm recording. I'm gonna, if the gentlemen here don't mind, I'm gonna pump this to the YouTube page either tonight or tomorrow. All the audio sounds really good. The band is very, very quiet. And I'm actually testing out version 0.11 of the new Expert SDR software right now that I got in the test group. And it seems to be, the receive seems even quieter than normal, which is a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it's your audio sounds good here. As always, I had issues with RF here. I'm not sure. I'm not hearing it now. I'm not sure if you're hearing it at all, but had some issues with some RF issues. Let me turn this down. My headphones are feeding back on me because I'm listening to my audio. Usually I can hear it. I can't hear it now, but yeah, I was having some major RF issues and getting into the audio, but I think I got it cleared up. You don't hear nothing?
It is extremely clean. I've got my headphones on. I don't even hear a scratch. And if there was RFI in there, I think I would see it. I don't even see it on the waterfall. Sounding good.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm running the ICOM 7300 also.
It sounded really good. I was telling Joe, Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie November Charlie, who I'm going to pass it to in a minute, about Steve, K1GMM, his videos, and getting virtual audio set up and turning that 7300 into a full SDR. It's been making me jealous that I want to get a 7300 again.
Yeah, he's the one that actually got me somewhat involved. I mean, I have a broadcast background with the engineering part, so I had a bunch of equipment laying around, and I'm actually using an RE20 microphone for my mic here, and a bunch of processing equipment, but don't know how much difference it's actually making. But it seems like anything that comes through the monitor is pretty much trimmed off, so I'm not. I hear more highs than anything else.
No, I like it. It's got that ESSB quality to it. It sounds really good. All right, I'm going to pass it to Joe, and I'm going to gracefully bow out of here. My daughter has a performance tonight. She's got to be at the theater at 6:30. I look like a bum, so I got to get myself together here. So I'll say 73 to all of you. Have a great night. And Joe, again, I think this is the first time we worked. So if you put my call sign into YouTube, Kb2uka, later tonight or tomorrow or maybe right now, I might do it now. I'm going to upload all this to YouTube. You'll be able to hear and see exactly how I'm copying you. Over.
Yeah, okay, Doug. Well, I appreciate the info. Thank you very much. And also thank you, Ed, for the info on the, oh boy, I jotted it down. What did I do, lose it here? What was it, K1GMM, I believe it was. I'm going to have to check that out with the SDR thing. So I'll definitely, I'll give that a look when I get a chance. Yeah, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm going to check that out, Doug. Nice to meet you there, Doug, for the first time. And good luck to you and your family. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours. And hope your daughter's performance goes well. Back to you.
All right, really appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Happy New Year to all you fine gentlemen. And Joe, it's good. Once you start watching his videos, I don't want you to get mad at me, because if you start doing any of that stuff, it is a rabbit hole of never-ending tweaking. The other gentlemen that are playing around with that stuff will tell you that as well. But it's a heck of a lot of fun. All right, guys, I'm going QRT. Take care, everyone.